We survived the apocalypse of the banging of 2015. That's an unfortunately named event, but...
Hey guys, welcome back to The Loot. This is The Loot Table, where we just talk about random shit. If I sound super excited, it's because I very much so am. It's been about 2-3 weeks since we recorded the last Loot
It's been a
Table.
while. Yeah, like...
We say that a lot, but like we had a huge break in this one.
I mean, it feels like I've never done it before.
Yeah. I don't even know who the fuck this is. Who is this?
Who is that guy?
Anyway, this is Taco. I'm joined by
EB0.
Space Case!
DJ.
and our very special guest.
Mike the comic guy.
And then who's this? Who we got here?
Hey, I'm Jer Bear.
It's Jer Bear.
You might know Jer Bear from such things as We Have a Wednesday,
Which
and
is a-
the creepy anime stuff he does online.
That's a stupid. He does the stuff.
I'm guilty.
Yeah, guilty
I
as
don't
charged.
know him from that. I remember selling him Pony comics.
Yeah, I still have those.
Nice.
Yeah,
'Cause,
so, Sarah's all like, "Give me money, bitch," but shit was tough though. How you doing? You alright?
Were you his pimp at one point?
I'm really confused. I paid you. What?
Yeah. I'm saying, sorry. Was like, "Come get your comics."
I don't think you called him. I
You
think
never
you
called me. I showed up and you're like, "Oh yeah, no. By the way, we're done because these people are awful." I was like,
yeah,
so
we don't need to
Yeah,
bring that up.
we won't talk about that because
So sad.
the problem is I didn't get it, and I had to have someone tell me afterwards, "You aren't getting any more comics." It's like, oh, like that was I did not catch it.
see where
I just want to check real fast. Have you come around, or do you still think Rarity's the best pony?
Obviously, Rarity's
Trixie.
not.
That's a pretty good.
It is Trixie.
That's a good question. A lot of people here at one point. I want to say a lot, but it's probably over half. At one point, prescribed as a brony or enjoyed watching the
I don't-
occasional episode.
I've watched it with my son. I don't like using the word brony.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's turned into a
Yeah,
terrible term.
exactly.
Yeah, like,
Well, I'm
back
saying
in its
at one
heyday,
point.
ha ha ha, no pun intended.
Hey, whoa, yeah.
I would have called myself a brony. Yeah, but
Again, because as it gets bigger, you get shittier people.
Yeah.
Then the word itself becomes poisonous, and then you have to kind of find that awkward. I gotta distance myself, but I still enjoy it, and then it's just sort of this weird limbo. And then people are like, "Well, so are you one of those faggots?" And then you're like,
So it's like Fedora then.
Like having
Yeah.
a fedora.
Yeah.
that's poisonous.
You know,
too.
I don't wear fedora anymore.
Because it turned to poison. It
Because it's
sucks.
been ruined.
It's like the tiny Hitler stash.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's-
no one-
mean
no
no?
one uses
You mean the Charlie Chaplin?
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you.
excuse me. That I guess they're
but
that is
Hitler
it.
ruined it.
He did. That's
a good-
just it. It's over. If you wear that, someone's like, "Yo,
You look like Hitler.
it's probably a
You
neo-Nazi."
kill a few Jews and like you can't go to
Oh
a session.
no.
I'm sorry. No, that
So
was an
bad.
atrocity.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
let's get back on somewhat of a track here.
man, so glad I banned words on my show.
Who's best pony for EV0?
That's tough. I like the answer, Trixie,
Well, it's because it's the one true answer. Please
but
follow.
I'm
your
gonna
savior.
stick to the one I've always stuck with. I like Rainbow Dash.
Thank you, Rainbow Dash all the way.
I'm surrounded by idiots, and I
Yeah.
apologize.
That's
I really
pretty true.
apologize.
I'm
Simple
not.
labor.
I'm not a huge fan of the show. I've watched a handful. Jared introduced it to me initially. Tyler's nieces,
Right.
they love it. So when
So
they
is
came
my
down, a little while ago, we went to Build-A-Bear, and I was like, "You should get a Rainbow Dash." Neither of them got a Rainbow Dash. One got an Applejack, and one got a Princess Celestia. Princess Celestia is pretty cool too.
Applejack's alright.
So I mean, it's a good
If you
show.
like vanilla,
Yeah, I'm not only that. I'm sorry you also say that because she doesn't even. The problem with Applejack and Rainbow Dash is they don't even represent their elements. Like you just gotta swip them. If Applejack is loyalty, and then Rainbow Dash should be honesty because she's honestly an asshole, and Applejack is loyal to the apples. Like, I mean, that's it. She would have killed Fluttershy for those apples, and we all know that, and that's just how it exists.
And
I
that's
gotta agree.
Jared.
Rainbow Dash is awful. She's worst pony.
I mean, it's just.
She's
I mean,
not.
Well,
She's
I
awful.
think we need more LGBT characters out there.
You can have that fine, but she's awful.
Well,
she's
first
an
of
asshole.
all, what we really need is, some good talent in that show. Let's just throw that out.
I
As far
haven't-
as writers are concerned,
I haven't heard
because
anything on it for
as
a
you
while.
go further and further, you're just kind of like,
What?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like,
I
there
watched
was
it
an
with my boys.
original vision,
Yeah,
And then
Lord
it-
Faust left it, and
unfortunately, and then the
I haven't
vision
seen
kind of
anything
splintered.
post Lauren Faust.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say there isn't good shit. I'm just saying there are a lot of episodes where after it's done, I had to sit down and be like, all right, I didn't enjoy any of that. Do I even want to keep going? And then you have to be like, all right, it's cool. The next one might get better. And then, maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Got
I mean,
Stockholm Syndrome.
That's
over there.
sad, yeah.
I
I watched-
guess.
you
I
are-
mean, I like bad things anyway. It's
I watched
just-
through season
she's-
4
you do
because
play
it's on
Jen Vicky.
Netflix and it's not Elmo. But I thought the Alicorn stuff was pretty cool.
I don't know. It feels like when Fonz jumped the shark.
Okay.
And I mean, everyone made that illusion too whenever it happened. But I mean, whatever. I mean,
Fair enough.
You know what I really
pony
like?
talk.
Segues.
Segues.
So D&D.
Well, we haven't.
Do you
segued.
own
We
one?
haven't gone away. We haven't gone all the way around. You're gonna.
I mean,
Oh shit!
you're gonna just include.
oh no! It's
The
oh
DJ.
shit.
dude, I called him
It's-
white like 2 weeks
It's
ago.
just
I'm
like
afraid.
it's just like every restaurant visit we've ever had. We forgot the appetizer.
DJ's an appetizer.
What?
No, they would.
What's the logic?
They would always ask if anybody wants appetizers. Me and Jared would like order, and
Oh.
then guys just leave.
Yeah, see, they
they
would
never
never
ask DJ.
They would never ask the obviously black person if he wanted food because apparently they were afraid. Maybe he
So
said
is that why you ordered the chicken and waffles that time, and just out of spite?
yes. Yeah, you know what I want.
My
And because they're delicious.
favorite pony.
Yeah, it was always Pinkie Pie,
Uh-huh.
but I'm kind of coming around to Twilight.
That
Like,
is
I was like, oh,
okay thing to do.
like his main character, but you know what? She's pretty cool.
DJ, any preference at all?
Applejack.
There we go. I like it. I like
I
DJ's got
agree.
a preference.
I agree with Jerber's swap.
Uh-huh.
That would have been a better thing, but Applejack has always been my favorite.
And Casey doesn't like Rainbow Dash, we know that. But he's also puffing on his e-cig. So.
Fluttershy.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense. You like the ones who burned and killed their entire family.
We're not bringing Katao Shoujo into this. This is not Weeaboo Wednesday.
She killed them all.
Notice me, senpai.
So, segues are weird.
Do you own one?
No, but we've talked about them before.
Oh,
You guys-
real
you
quick,
guys-
real quick. while we were at the store. Sorry, just you said segue. While we were at the store, we saw somebody that actually had one of those stupid little hoverboard things, and I wanted to punch his stupid fucking yuppie head in.
Oh, man.
I hate them.
You know those are illegal in the UK now?
Yeah, and they should be, because they're douche-mobiles.
That is very true.
Wow. What
Which
is
much
some
different
anger?
than a douche mobile.
Yeah.
Just walk! He was tiny! Just walk! I'm fat and I'm walking, just fucking walk, man. Like, oh my god.
I could watch you enrage for hours.
you-
What's in the box?
You can't even do any tricks and shit on it either. It's literally just, this will get me to A to B, I guess. Like,
And it's slightly faster than walking. The Segway at least went 35, like on a high end. This just goes, man.
And you can take it off cliffs.
Things are useless.
They could.
Yeah, and I wish they would.
You know what I really don't
It's-
like about it?
the fact
that they call it a hoverboard.
the fact that it's like they're on a mini Roomba, but they aren't actually accomplishing anything.
Like that.
Like,
They're on the opposite of Roomba, because I'm sure it blows down instead of actually sucks up stuff. So he's blowing dirt around.
Oh, anyway, sorry.
It's just disingenuous to call it a hoverboard.
Segways again. Segways are weird. And I hate the hoverboard. So
Zach.
let's go.
Well, now I feel like I'm on the spot.
You are on the spot.
I can bring up whatever I want right now.
you're
Good.
always the spotlight.
I am.
In his life.
In your life.
No. Like,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Just in
All the
general.
meaning for my life.
I like the nightlife.
I like the boogie.
Well, anyways, I was going to talk about D&D.
Oh!
Because
Dice Chuckers for life.
I found myself reaching out to like souls just at random. I've talked to a guy at Target about D&D. I talked to the guy at Subway about D&D. And now I'm talking to one of the managers at work about D&D. And it's not, I don't wear clothing. I usually wear button-up shirts.
You don't wear clothes.
No, not at all. No.
So they can see the dice tattoo below your testicles.
Yes, right.
Oh,
But yeah, it's odd that I could strike those conversations up in the nude. But you get used to it after a while.
He's very
Uh,
charismatic.
Thanks.
I mean,
Right now
what
he's
have you
holding
got
his
in
junk.
like 18, 19 now?
What?
What's your 18 or what's your charismatic store? again?
My charisma?
Charisma store.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's
I
fair to
can't
assess
talk.
my own charisma.
I can't talk.
But I'd give myself a 15.
Which you don't know is
I
that
would
he's a
say-
min
Or
maxer.
16.
I
Mine
was-
is a 9.
He's at least above a peasant. Like, I mean, it's true.
Thanks. But yeah, anyways, talking to people about D&D, and I'm getting ready to run out of the abyss. And I think one thing I've noticed, and no one's really talked about, is that D&D has restructured their brand to be a lot like a comic book. They have these big modules they come out with, like the current one is Rage of Demons. But Rage of Demons isn't just the module. They come out with an actual tabletop module. They come out with 2 R.A. Salvatore books. The Sword Coast Legends game coming out is Rage of Demons tie-in. The Neverwinter MMO has a Rage of Demons expansion. So everywhere, all across the internet, even on sites like Forbes and Wall Street Journal are talking about Rage of Demons on D&D. So, their podcast is talking about it. So it reminds me a lot of like what DC and Marvel do, where they have a big story arc.
Like
that they'll
summer
start-
events.
Right, exactly. They have these big mega events, and you can participate that in a lot of different ways.
They're tying it more into like the Marvel games, the little
Mhm.
mobile games and shit.
Well,
Yeah.
Marvel
and-
Cinematic Universe. I know it's
Yeah.
separate from the actual comic book universe, but it borrows a lot from Ultimate,
Mhm.
Is
and
this-
it's pretty awesome.
Is the cinematic part of the multiverse, or is the multiverse not part of Marvel?
It was part of the multiverse.
Yeah, MCU
Um,
is a multiverse universe.
They have comics set in that universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
with
Like
Coulson
tie-ins.
and
I didn't remember
twins.
any Spider-Man stuff from MCU in
Uh,
the Spider-Verse stuff.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
because
yeah,
Sony.
yeah. Well, yeah, but there's some background stuff that looked like the Maguire suit.
Okay,
Yeah.
I forgot
ugh,
about that.
the orange, nasty-eyed, weird Maguire suit.
Anyway,
No, that's the Goblin. Wait,
The Goblin had like gold eyes. Yeah,
he had white eyes. Didn't
no.
no, not the Maguire
In
suit.
the McGuire ones,
Huh?
yeah, he had what? He had like
Like
black.
tinted,
Almost.
nasty looking.
he? Oh yeah, like sunglasses.
That's why whenever they brought the white eyes out for this new one, I was like, yeah!
Big baggly eyes.
Wait, Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Yep, basically.
You've activated my trap card!
Exodia.
It's Segway.
But
But
yes, yeah, where they have like a branding, like the most recent one, or the one that's still going on is Secret Wars. And
What's crazy is this current D&D module has a fully animated trailer. Like an actual trailer you can watch that leads into it. Which I think it just blows me away. They've never done that. There's never been any part of D&D that was big enough. It's part of pop culture now, basically. what
Is
I'm getting
Ice-T gonna do another audiobook?
Oh,
That would be
God.
amazing, yeah. I mean,
He got
Ice-T
tricked into it. I feel so bad for him.
But he gets into it, though. Like, to his credit, Ice-T got tricked into reading a chapter in R.A. Salvatore book, and he just
owned it.
does it.
He
yeah.
did it. I mean, that was his job. That's what he got
But
paid
listen
for.
to that podcast where he talks about it. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
How
Yeah.
did he get
It's like-
tricked into it?
Like his
Agent didn't tell
agent
him.
didn't tell him what it was. He was just like,
Just
yeah,
here's
just
the
go.
script and a check.
He was like, they had me talking about orcs and elves and shit. I'm like, man, I look like I do. It was awesome.
It was.
Dan Harmon knew what he was getting into.
But it's. I'm sure that he was told, hey, you're going to read an audiobook, or hey, you're going to read a chapter out of this book. But they're not like, hey, you're going to read a nerd book about nerds and geeks and haha, you're funny.
That's kind of my point, though.
How
It's
do you
not a
classify
nerdy
that?
geek thing anymore. It's entered pop culture. It's
It's
D&D
definitely getting there.
D&D
Yeah.
has always, feel, been a subset of pop culture, though.
It's been a
no.
subculture.
It's always been a CD undercurrent thing. You know, it's like when we were in high school. It's not something you bring up.
Motherfucker,
Never.
you didn't grow up in the 80s.
I'm
Where
sorry.
it was devil worshippers and
Well,
shit.
no, yeah, definitely. I
I
understand
mean,
that.
yeah, man, that was terrible back then.
But now I see people in the supermarket
Shut
with
up.
like
I'm sorry. Do I not share your age?
No,
I feel,
you
I feel
don't.
pain.
But you see people in the supermarket with like dice shirts on now.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
that's what I'm
it's-
saying. Like, I think it's always been a part of popular culture, but it may not have been talked about, or it may have been subverted, or it may have. I'm
That's
saying,
why they said it was like a subculture or something
Yeah,
smaller.
it hasn't.
it's
It
not.
hasn't.
That's I mean the number of people I've connected with about it, and the number of people I'm talking to that want to get into it.
Yeah.
And you go into online communities, and there's a whole bunch of people. It's like I want to play this with my family. You know, I'm wanting to get into this with my friends. So I feel like we have a revival.
there's a revival. I'll give you that. But I'm saying, like, it's been popular with a lot of people
Yeah.
in our culture.
But always been it's always been kind of a negative thing to talk about.
It has been a negative
Stigma?
connotation.
Yeah.
There's a stigma.
It hasn't been part of the popular zeitgeist unless it was a negative light.
Yeah.
There's lots
That's
of
true.
like book burnings and stuff. It's always been influential of pop culture because it's a natural extension of the Sword and Sandals, Sword and Sorcery movies, and brought a lot of stuff like the Lord of the Rings. You saw a little bit of Spike with that.
Gygax is just probably the father of most modern fantasy in my
One of
in
them,
my
yeah.
in my opinion.
Who's also dead, so a moment of silence.
That was a better one than the last
That was
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
Longer than a freaking picosecond.
I was talking and you said moment of silence, and the thought train just kept going.
No, actually,
It's okay. I blindsided you.
Yeah.
Another thing, we've on one of our early loot tables, we talked about remix culture. You know, the idea that nowadays the internet is really about remix culture. People take stuff and they redo it, and then people take that and they redo that.
Yeah.
D&D was really the first thing to do that. They took wargaming and they mixed it in with their favorite fantasy novels, and they threw in this, like, you know, stuff like Lord of the Rings. They remixed. Even the famous monsters that we know, like Rust monsters or Beholders. Those were
Owlbears.
Yeah, those were dime store toys.
Yeah.
You know,
The Beholder was, to me, is probably the epitome of the D&D monster. Like,
it is, yeah.
when I think D&D,
Absolutely.
almost immediately I think Eye of the Beholder.
Beholders, Mind Flayers,
Mind Flayers,
Gelatinous Cube.
Oh, Gelatinous Cube.
Gelatinous
That's a good
Cube.
one, too.
You're missing the most important one. Rats.
But
Bag of rats. If you get a bag of rats
Like,
and AD&D,
it's-
your fucking Thaco would go
It's
crazy.
defined the sci-fi fantasy
Mhm.
culture since its creation. It and Tolkien are pretty much the things. So much so that's refreshing to find something that isn't. Like
Yeah.
Fritz Lieber's Ilmet and Lockmar, the Fafhrd and Grey Mouser. It's
Burning
just
Wheel, Mouse Guard.
yeah.
Mouse Guard, yeah.
Yep.
And we saw it with a revival in that, too. Like, traditional gaming in general is coming into a revival.
Board
It
games
is
are super
becoming-
strong.
Yeah.
They are. But see, that's just it. The board games stretch out to literally everything now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a medium that can really accomplish shit that you can't accomplish in other factors because it's there's one about like jewelry and shit and making it and giving it to
Yeah.
people and you got to just
No,
what?
there's one. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to play that game so bad.
Yep.
You get a group of guys and girls. The girls have to roleplay the guys, and the guys have to roleplay the girls.
Oh.
And it's 18th century stuff where the lords have to make the ladies happy. So the men just get to sit there and be like, "You're buying me these fucking sneakers." And they're like,
These heels.
or whatever. It's like, well, I bought you, like, those aren't name brand, you fucking knave. I can't be seen dead in these. It's like, shit like that. I want that so
I
bad.
want, it's not really a board game, but that bomb game, Just Keep Talking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep talking and no one explodes.
Yeah, I really want that. We recently bought, I don't know if you guys have played Carcassonne, the board
yeah.
game. I bought that for the tablet that we have.
Yep.
We played it my entire vacation. It's so fun and addicting.
Oh,
I
what's
got
the-
Tyler into doing it.
Carcassonne and Settlers Catan are the
Oh,
new
yeah.
Monopoly, and
Catan. Like, I don't know how
Except
many
Monopoly's
times,
awful.
No, Monopoly's pretty
I
fun.
don't know how many times I've said I'll give you some wood for sheep and like
Yeah.
I've played so much Settlers Catan,
or curse the
I will
fucking
never
robber.
play it again.
Carcassonne, I'm just like,
Oh, I will play it.
I'll be playing it, and I'm like, you did not just fucking take
Remember
that
when
city.
Max, we would play
Oh.
fucking Settlers
Yes.
at work,
That's why I won't play it anymore.
and Max would fucking hoard those goddamn sheep every fucking time.
Yep.
That boy loved a sheep.
He was a sheep lover.
Is it New Zealand?
Or Scotland.
Scotland.
Hey,
Let's not.
those are my people, and
I don't-
it's
I don't-
pretty accurate. So.
You tell me if we didn't have a sexy sheep here. You wouldn't take it to your...
You got me.
Okay.
You got me drunk
Okay.
enough on my
Whoa, I
nation
heard DJ.
stuff. I don't
DJ
know.
wants to talk about
Speaking
stuff
of
that's not
games-
sheep.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
sheep.
slap you so hard right now.
That'll be a refreshing change.
Oh, God.
Man.
Oh no!
Oh.
I almost accidentally did that.
Made. Just. You're derailing me. God damn it.
Sorry.
Games.
Yes.
We were on games.
Yes.
Video games. Okay. Getting my thoughts back together. I've played recently the Plague of Shadows expansion for Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
I played through it. I loved it. I thought it was great and amazing. But afterwards, I started reading reviews. I started like looking at what other people thought about it. And for some reason, 9 times out of 10, it seemed to be that they thought it was good, but it was like they were complaining that Plague Knight's mechanics weren't correct for the levels. Like, they should have retooled the levels to more suit Plague Knight. And I was like, no, you're going through Shovel Knight's game with this guy, so you have to adapt to this guy's mechanics, even though you were, it was built for Shovel Knight's mechanics. So readjust yourself and figure out how to do it with
It's
Plague Knight.
challenging
And also,
really interesting.
boo-hoo, here's your free fucking game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's always confused me. It's like people, 9 times out of 10, when they really complain about something, it's about something that they were given.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they have to put money into it, they
Rationalize?
they rationalize, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I paid good money for blah blah blah."
There's actually a name for that, and I can't remember that's a recognized phenomenon in psychology.
Ingratitude?
No, like where people are they're more likely to
Critical.
look over flaws and things that they spent money on.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's a choice, and if there's a
Right.
flaw in their choice, then there's a flaw in
Exactly.
the reasoning.
It's coming back on them.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you decide to do it, if you spent the money on it, you don't want to admit that maybe you didn't get your full value or that kind of thing.
I still I agree that the Plague Knight expansion is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Really interesting. The story is really good. Shovel Knight in general is awesome.
Oh yeah, it looked like an awesome game. I haven't played it
I
yet.
need to get it.
Yeah, it's
Like-
one of those games that everyone should own. I'm
did-
guilty too. I need to get it.
I did buy recently, and I know very little people here care,
I can't.
but Kerbal Space Program. I bought it right before my vacation, and
And it's done by Double Fine, right?
No,
no, it's by
It's not
Squad.
Double Fine.
no.
Squad.
They make good things.
Oh.
I'm gonna cut you off there real quick.
Sometimes.
Remember that game? They were like, "Yeah, no, we're kind of bored. Fuck it, here you go." The space one.
Sometimes, I said.
But anyway, I put in like 100+ hours on it, and over my vacation while I was away, and I just got to say, and I think it'll segue really good into what DJ was talking about earlier. It has infuriated me, made me super happy, and like super proud of myself that I was able to accomplish certain things, like putting a space station into a 500,000 meter orbit around the Earth / Kerbin. Like, this thing is super intense and amazing, but
Have you narrowly missed a planet?
no, I haven't done that yet, because they've actually worked a lot of kinks out. So the procedural nodes and stuff like that you use to move around the universe are really accurate. They're pretty accurate. You can hit a pinpoint on a moon pretty easily with them.
Who left the pin there?
That's dope.
I did, because I landed there. but no, DJ was talking about like the anger that you get in video games sometimes, either at the video game itself. I took it mostly at like yourself for either your lack of skill or something you did that's stupid or
Like an Aaron Hansen moment?
yeah, like an Aaron Hansen moment. But recently,
Just flat out had one of those, but yeah.
putting my space station up, I initially started with a very small one-stage rocket that put up a refueling station, a couple of docking ports on it. I could refuel for interplanetary missions. I put another. What the fuck are you doing with that claw?
He's keeping me
Wake-
awake. by
waking up
harassing
Mike.
me.
I put another module on top of it, which was a little bit more difficult because you have to match the placement of it plus the orbit, and then a third module, which was a lot larger and a lot more difficult. It took literally, I'm not shitting you, it took me 4 hours
Just hearing about this game is boring me.
to launch one module into space and
Can't
connect
imagine playing it.
it to this other.
The
It's,
thing you have to remember about Casey is he hates fun.
yeah, he does.
That's
How is
not
that
true.
fun?
If you don't give Casey a linear progression of story, he just zones out.
You
so.
you have open world
Are you
freedom
shitting in
to
his
create
mouth?
anything.
It feels like you're shitting in his mouth. Jesus.
It's true. Every game that he says he doesn't like is one that's open.
It's open.
I don't like
and-
open world games, I'll admit that.
and
But
4X
I don't
games.
like open world or building games because
Yeah.
it's fucking boring.
No, it's fun to build something with your own hands and to actually use it and put it to use.
Well,
Like,
Guess what?
Again.
It's not real!
Lawrence,
doesn't
yeah.
matter.
You could make your own rocket. We've been over this, man.
No, you haven't.
Yeah. Yes, we have. You could make your own rocket, and it's fine.
Yeah, you
You
can
got
make
the
like a
money.
little rocket kit outside and blow that fucker
Yeah.
up and be like,
No, fuck-
yes!
Fuck that shit. He just gets funding. He makes a rocket. He goes to Mars and he steals all the water.
But
But I don't have.
I
that.
do not understand the appeal of those kinds of games at all.
Anyway, 4 hours of my life wasted.
Yeah, making a fake rocket.
No, it's like I agree with you there. Like it's not
The sense of accomplishment is
100% worth it. I'm just saying I got super infuriated with myself because I kept fucking missing my space station, which is in orbit around my fucking planet. And I'd miss it like by like 200, 300 meters. I'd be going fucking zooming past it. I'm like, I didn't slow down fast enough. I'll do that next time. Nope. There it goes again. There it goes again. And it just fucking took me 4 hours of saving and restarting and
Please tell me you
moving.
eventually hit it too fast.
No, I never hit it too fast. Thank God I never hit it too fast. Because you really can't come back from that. No, I eventually got it docked, and I learned the lesson.
Yeah.
And that
so you
was...
space docked?
I did space dock.
Yeah.
3 times I space docked.
You like docking?
But let's hear other people's superb anger
Rage-inducing
stories.
Game stories.
My
If you go right ahead, because mine makes me mad thinking about it.
I say there's in numerous speaking of open gamings, I was addicted to Minecraft for a long while, and the amount of times I built something very large or was very careful, and a fucking creeper came up and blew it up,
Oh, yeah.
or I lost diamond armor, or like some precious resource I'd worked hours to get. That happened a lot, but the one time I was like just yelling at the screen was more in character than out of anger. It was Fable 2, and my roommate at the time, he would always play the good character, so I'd play the evil character, and I'd really play the evil character.
Yeah.
So I like slaughter villages and stuff, and so the moment I found out I couldn't kill this kid that was annoying me, because you can't kill kids in that game, or most video games.
Shout out to Fallout 1 and 2, where you totally can.
I mean, they'll give you a perk that'll stay with you the entire game and everybody will shoot you, but hey.
Well, I went like, oh, this kid's invincible. Well, guess what, kid? I killed his parents in front of him, bought his house, and pointed and laughed while he walked away, and just like, that's what you get.
So one
That's
second.
what you get for surviving, bitch.
1 second. You created Batman in a fictional world.
Joe chill.
No, because he took his fucking mansion, too.
Yeah. Batman, I mean,
It wasn't a mansion.
he came back,
Oh, wow.
got his stuff. I mean,
beat Jason Todd?
if you go Nolanverse, Batman left all his stuff. Bruce Wayne left all his stuff. You know,
That's most of the Batman.
You reminded me I have a second one, actually. Which is
you're
weird.
cool.
Yeah, so I'm a good person for the most part. So
It's cathartic.
have those cathartic and like those impulses and stuff like that. Like, well, if I'm gonna go evil because he's playing the good side of the story, then I'm gonna go
Right.
balls to the wall. So
I almost always go bad.
I'll go ahead and follow because I want to throw mine out there because it's from Fable 1. I played through Fable 1. I love that game. I played it good as an archer. The reason the story is infuriating is because the best bow in the game requires you to be completely evil.
Yeah.
So then when I get Fable The Lost Chapters, because I like the game good enough to play The Lost Chapters, I went evil to get the bow. Mm-hmm. But I was mostly a swordsman. And what did they do? They add a sword in the game that you have to be completely good to use.
Yep.
So I missed both of them. Both times.
Because you weren't going to play it back another 2 times.
Yeah.
what?
no.
You just buy a bunch of crunchy chicks,
Yeah.
and tofu.
That's
and
true.
That's probably one of my favorite scenes from a game.
I was
the
a
Evil Temple,
fat
where it's like
evil fuck for
prove
life.
you're evil by eating these chicks, and you start eating like, oh god, you actually did it.
Those games were so good, but the hype train
Yeah.
The
from
first
Lionhead
one.
Studios.
Oh, yeah.
It's Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, fuck
He does
Peter
that.
Molyneux.
He's like, you can do anything you want in these games.
You can
It's
climb
the
a
best
tree
game
and-
ever.
It's
you
just
can
like Godus.
kill everybody.
Like
And
whenever I heard him
Linear.
saying all that shit that you're gonna be able to do this, I'm like bullshit.
Well, that's why I like the
No.
game so much. Never heard anything he ever said. I
It's
just thought,
true.
I'm like, that game looks cool, and I
Like-
bought it.
Like the stuff he says is true for the most part. It's
No.
like a half lie. He's like, you can do everything you want to an extent.
Asterix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read
And
the
you were
small-
also supposed to like have a lineage, like a rebirth of a kid and everything, and that never happened. And mine was. Oh wait, you want to go?
You can go right ahead, please.
Let's all skip EP.
No,
hasn't gone
I'll
either.
save mine. I'll
No,
save
I'm
mine.
saying
It's
we'll
fine.
just save him to last. He'll try, then we'll talk.
No,
Like, I started it. You carry it on.
Fucking
Fucking boogie.
kicked a hole in the wall.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever been that mad at a game.
It was Mega Man X. I was playing it on hard mode because that was back when I cared and I had a chip on my shoulder. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna let the Japanese fucking keep us down on that. So I'm gonna play the hard mode because that's Japanese normal. Fuck yeah. Launch Octopus stage. I guess I don't remember what, but I kept dying on spikes.
You were singing Red at that time. You couldn't remember.
I guess I remember I died over and over and over on these spikes. It was just one. I get through all of the fucking level, and then just one hit kill on these fucking spikes. And it just like fourth or fifth time, I didn't even know what I was doing, and bam, foot was in the wall. And I'm like, oh shit.
Mom, someone came in and kicked the wall. I don't know what's happening.
I rearranged my room.
I love it.
Put my dresser there, and she didn't find out for a year and a half.
My brother rages at games terribly and had 3 different holes in his bedroom. He covered them all up with posters, and my parents never knew till he moved.
I had one covered in poster, but that was just a joke. I was just like, I bet I can't help punch my hole in the wall. And then I just barely tapped it, and it fucking went right through it. I'm like, oh shit! Guess those Star Wars posters are growing up now.
I totally forgot what I was going to say. Wait.
I kicked a hole in the wall.
TJ.
Capcom had such a reputation for being hard for like my friends that came. There was 2 little inside jokes that came from it. One was like just like there's easy, medium, hard in Capcom. And the other one was like, man, that bitch is so hot, she makes me hard like Capcom.
Oh, nice. Very geeky.
Yeah, and we didn't say it that coolly, but
Yeah.
or
That's okay.
Well, yeah, so hard like Capcom.
Okay, so this. Did I miss something?
Nope.
He's
I guess
just
now
making
that
fun of him.
to go.
I got mouth language.
What is going on?
All right. So you shut your goddamn mouth.
I don't know what we're laughing at, but I'm laughing.
Okay. So I was playing one of the King's Bounty games, one of the new ones, and I didn't get like it was kind of the anger that you get angrier the more you think about it. Because I played it and I beat it, and it was one throwaway line that initially I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but then it just kept turning and turning. I was like, no,
Like I'm wearing
that's
nothing at all.
yeah. I was like, that's
Nothing at all.
like I think I like in my own like black cis male way, I understand feminism like a little bit because of how angry this game got me. So I'm playing Armored Princess. The whole premise of the game is that you are literally a heaven-blessed child. You have been delivered by angels to the king of some kingdom. You grow up, I am sent to another dimension, and I have to save that world while I'm looking for the hero, because the Super Devil is apparently attacking the kingdom and he's about to kill everybody. So, go through dimensions, I save a whole world, I build an army, I find the hero from the last game, we go back, 2 armies, we kill the Super Devil, and so we come back in, and the king's like, oh, hey, great, blah, blah, blah. How about you put on that nice pink dress of yours for the ball? And you had no, recourse of saying no, because, I'm this, badass wizard lady, but it's like, yeah, okay, no problem. And that would have been fine if it was left there. This is that throwaway line. The king turns to one of his servants and quietly says, make sure she's wearing the pink one. We're going to have the white one for her wedding next week. And I was like, what the heck?
I'm a strong, independent wizard woman.
Exactly. I was incensed. I was like, no, you are just having me come back after I have gone to war for 2 worlds. And you're just going okay, now get on your back and we'll have this guy that you've never met put a baby in you because I need heirs. Fuck you, Dad. I'm going off and doing my own shit.
that dress will be as red as the blood of my enemies, bitches.
Doesn't he know that you lose your powers as a wizard if you have sex?
Yeah.
No, it's what?
Monocles.
Yeah, I guess it is because you have to stay a virgin till you're 20-something.
Until you're 30.
To your 30.
Just 30. Okay.
Oh, is this Wiccan? Is this Wiccan stuff?
We're talking about
Yeah, no, it is.
the wizards
Yeah.
on
To reach the rank
the
of a
internet.
wizard, you have to abstain for 30 years.
Oh my god.
And
Oh,
is
Is that why
that
you
is-
don't know magic?
That's also there's a special board on the internet for wizards that got into a lot of shit on Gamergate. Actually, let's just not get into it.
Good enough for me.
Alright. So, I was playing a shitty-ass game. It was Shining Tears for the PS2. Fuck that
Oh
game.
my god, why?
Fuck that game. Because I'm an idiot, and I like shitty things, alright? But see, it gets worse, because I was with someone. I was playing with someone, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I've already beat the game. Here, look, there's this 100-floor tower. Let's do this tower. It's going to be fantastic. I'm sure there's going to be a great reward at the end of the tower, right? So we get like 50 floors through it, and I'm like,
Wasn't it Wesley?
No, it was Ivan.
Ivan, okay.
And I was like, okay, this is going pretty good. Wow, this is really fucking boring, though. And this is taking like two hours getting 50 floors in. I'm kind of sick of this shit. And I look at him like, I don't really want to do this anymore. And we make about another 25 levels, so like 75. I'm like, I just hate doing this. I'm tired of this fucking game. And he's just playing just to play. And I was like, I swear to God, man, if we hit the top floor and all I get is some shitty item to increase card drops, I'm gonna break this disc. We get to the final fucking floor, and a fucking item for card drops. It's like, oh, hey, look, you can increase it by like 0.5%. Holy shit. Oh.
Did you break the disc?
It was like 4 hours. No, because I'm an idiot. I still have it. I have it there as like a reminder of just how
dumb.
Fucking... I should have looked it up. I should have just said fuck it and just sucked it up. Whatever. Piece of shit. Fuck you, game. You weren't even fun.
Yeah, because Sega lost their goddamn minds when it came to that series.
It's actually kind of funny that you guys were bringing up Fable, because when you were talking about that, I remember my most recent experience with Fable. It was Fable 3, where I had played the game before, but I bought it on Xbox Arcade, because it was for cheap. And I played through it again, and I was like, this time I'm going to save every single fucking buddy in my kingdom. I'm going to be super good. I'm going to get all the money myself. I'm going to give everybody that I promised them everything that I promised, And I was like, okay, so I bought all the properties in Albion. And I, kept them at reasonable rate prices. Like, I didn't even hike up the rent on these bitches. I kept them at, 100% all the time. I had everything.
That's just un-American.
And then, I know, it's Albion. And then I was getting to the point where, it was like almost wartime. Shit you not. It was like...
2.
Huh?
No, it's 3.
Yeah. It was 3.
Sorry, yeah.
So almost wartime. I shit you not. It's like 30 days until you're invaded. And I was like, 30 days? That's some time. I've got, I'm going to make some decisions.
Nope.
So I'll be okay. I'll be able to raise some more money.
Nope.
Next fucking thing you do right after the cutscene. You're invaded. 30 days flew by in less than 2 seconds, and I needed like maybe a couple 100,000 more to save absolutely everybody in my game. I didn't even finish playing it. I shut it off, and I haven't played it since. It pissed me off so much.
Yeah. I don't like that game. It's shitty.
It is.
Well, it was just something to play, but that was like, I'm going to do this because I want to do this.
Now, you see, this is what your problem is. Like, you had all the properties, and that's fine. What you should have done is just change the channel, like start watching something else, just keep your guy moving. That would just build your money.
I did that. I literally would get a rubber band, and I'd tie it to the toggle stick, and just to keep my Xbox on. And I used to do this for Oblivion and Skyrim too.
Gotta raise the acrobatics skill.
Raise acrobatics and sneak. You get sneak behind somebody and you just move backwards.
Yep.
But I'd just I'd go to school, I'd go to class, I'd leave I'd flip the TV over, whatever. I still did that. I even thought about changing the time on my Xbox to see if that old trick worked to get more money from your stuff. But I did it. I put the work in. Rowing the boat.
Damn it, rowing the boat, put in the work. Fucking
Winklevoss twins. They fucked me out of fucking everything. And like people died. Like I was invested in this at this time. It's not a great game.
No, it is not.
And there's not a whole lot of enjoyment in playing it. Or going around playing fucking Loop Hero, trying to get more money, get your fucking multiplier up and hitting monotonous buttons. It's not fucking Guitar Hero. It's not fun. It's the same fucking notes over and over again.
You want to talk about dealing with bullshit just because you like a story or get invested. Play fucking... Oh, God, what was it called?
Never heard of it.
Sounds like a terrible game.
It was written by the dude that did Ender's Game,
Spike Lee.
Orson Scott.
Card.
Orson Scott Wells.
No, he did the popcorn.
Orson Scott Key.
I'll look it up while we're. But
Mike.
this
You
game.
told us you're angry. Oh, it was Fable, wasn't
He
it?
literally
That's
did.
right,
What the
yeah.
fuck is?
So sorry.
I haven't.
Welcome
So
to the
sorry.
real world.
I haven't.
There are 6 people here.
You know
There's-
what?
I'm so
Advent
confused.
Rising.
There's
Advent
5
Rising.
and a third of a person here.
3/5.
I'm bad with fractions.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you're not Asian.
I still. Yeah. No, let's just be honest. I still love you though.
Jews. I just had to throw that out there because
How magnanimous of you.
Zach,
Is that the
your
word?
second
Don't
anger
be
story.
facetious.
Oh, no.
I'm so.
This is my first anchor story.
Oh.
you
You didn't even tell us your number one.
This is it. I don't get mad. It's very, very difficult to get me mad.
That's not
All
true.
right,
I
guys,
got
it's
ketchup
been a
on his
great
glasses.
show. Thank you so
and
much.
He was
That's worthy.
He was gonna stab me.
That's worthy. You made me see red.
Oh my god! It's not even a good pun. Fuck you. Fuck you.
dude. I'm gonna bring up those
Our conversation.
our conversation
Yeah.
later. Just remind me to
No.
bring up our conversation.
No skulls.
No, a common
no, wait,
theme.
hold on.
A common
Casey.
theme.
Bring up the conversation later.
I will. Okay, thank you.
A common theme
Can-
with all of your bad experiences, where most of you played shitty games. Mine was
Hey.
with a really great game.
Hey.
I said most of you.
Fucking Mega Man X is a fantastic game.
I
My
just
game
really suck at it.
Is one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. Guilty Gear X2 Reloaded.
Fuck yeah!
One of the best fighting games of all time. Jared already knows. He knows.
shit.
I became obsessed with this the way Faust got obsessed with bringing his wife back.
Yep.
Every day for weeks after school, there was a single special mission in Guilty Gear X2. And some of you already know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Where you have to fight Aino in her Super Burst mode on the Red Cloud stage. And there's no way to cheat. There's no way around it.
You can't use your dust moves on, or not.
You just-
you can't use your insta kills or anything.
Yeah,
like
it's just
that,
a straight up fight, and you just have to be that fucking good. And I wasn't good enough. I did that at least 1,000 times. I'm telling you, obsessed. Try it, fail. Try it, fail. Nope, definitely gonna fail. Restart. Night, like to the point where my friends stopped hanging out with me. Like our friend Ivan, who's been mentioned, would come over to my house often, and he would help me with it, and he'd take turns. And eventually got to the point where he'd come over and just be like, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Because he knew. It's just like,
You get into that where you're like not even playing a game anymore. It's
Yeah.
not fun.
It
And
is.
you're just like, well, I'm just gonna do this. And you literally, your face just sinks.
The game isn't gonna fucking win.
that's right.
No, it's past that point where
Yeah.
you're like, where you're visually mad.
Where
you're
you-
just at the point where you're just like,
Oh, I went through the whole experience. I went to the cold rational, like
yeah,
you've reached anger zen,
yeah.
where you don't
That's
feel
what I'm talking
anything
about.
anymore.
Where you're just like, I'm not gonna let the game affect me like this.
That is,
And I'm just gonna do it.
that's the only time I ever threw a controller. Because I was just so done.
That's an
and
offense.
you go through where you blame the controller, or you
Oh, yeah.
blame someone for interrupting you, or
Oh,
you
shit.
blame the weather.
You beat the
'cause
dog because it fucking barks.
It's just I can't.
What?
I can't even fucking play Guilty Gear and someone play Aino. Because if I see that bitch, I can't take it.
That's good to know.
And it was good though.
I got extremely good at
You
the
eat
game.
a dick. She's fucking she's really good. I hate fighting her. It's garbage.
That
You can
mission.
fuck off at all times when it comes to fighting games, but
like
No, not when it
Oh.
comes to JoJo's.
Oh. Hey.
We got some stories for
Oh
JoJo's.
shit, man! That's all I can do.
but that mission, I swear, before I die, I'll probably try it a couple thousand more
That
times.
reminds me of the super that Ivy had on Soul Calibur 2.
Oh yeah, the up top down. It's
one where you
diagonally
had to
up, diagonally down.
Yeah.
Up, right, left,
And you can't
diagonally
do-
down, right.
and you
X
can't
and
do
A.
half circles on
No,
it.
it has to be. It
It has to go. Chicken.
Yep.
X,
and then
Y, X, Y.
there's actually two different ones depending on if your opponent is facing you or not.
Uh-huh.
The back one, if you somehow get them to turn their back to you, she grabs them and all the blades fly out and fly
Okay.
into them.
But I was
it's not
able.
even that good of a move.
I was able to get it once in my lifetime, but
I
to
could
go
do it in
back
training, but that's
to go back. No, I've never got it in actual fight. To go back on what Zach or what Casey was saying with Jerry Bear and fighting games. Jerry Bear is in our circle the completionist.
No relation.
No, I'm just saying like he is
He's the one that cares about doing that kind
Yeah,
of
he'll
stuff.
go
cause
through and
fuck
play 100% on a lot of games. I don't think I've ever gotten to 100% on a game.
He's
I have
also
to.
I know.
he's also the sadist, and he likes
Oh yeah.
he likes emotionally manipulating you by doing stuff like playing Dan Hibiki and kicking your ass.
But he's
Like Street Fighter 3, Dan Hibiki.
No, I don't know, whatever one he was
Super
shitty in.
Street
I played
Fighter
him in all
4.
of them. They
2
was
and 3,
available.
he was awful in. Well, was he in 3? I think he was in 3.
I mean, fuck, I used to him all.
You
was
killed,
in
you
4.
killed me.
I know he
with
was
the
in 4, but
autograph.
they actually made him
was
decent in 4.
yeah.
He killed me with Dan's autograph. Okay? He won the game with the autograph.
But just to say the least, Jaber is really good at fighting games. Games in general, but fighting games.
Caveat: no, I am not professional. I just
I would
all
I would
right.
almost say that you'd put up a good fight against a professional if you actually put your mind to it. You
Yeah,
were
but-
pretty good. But
maybe.
You could, if you trained a bit. I'm
I
sure
bet
you
you
could go
know.
to,
Okay.
dude. If you
Rocky
want
montage.
if you want to go to Evo one year, oh my god, I'll so fucking go to Evo with you.
but
all right, I'll think about
but-
it. I have to get,
My
I have to
landlord
get one
goes
there.
in.
what I'm saying is like you don't expect to beat
costs
Jared
things.
at a fighting game when you first sit down with it.
Well, not only that,
my
let's
friends
take a moment. I think one of the things that I remember the fucking most was we all played Blaze Blue, and we played that shit a lot.
Yeah.
Like a fucking lot. It got to the point where anytime someone would go up, there's literally a chorus for whoever I'm fighting, and I'm literally sitting over here like, is this what my life has become? I literally have no one in my corner.
Yeah.
Like, man.
But like any game, like Naruto, like you get to a point where you're like, oh, I can probably beat Jared with this one character.
Well, that's the thing. He feeds off that.
And he's like, and then he's like, well, I'm gonna play this person, and then I'm like, I haven't fucking seen this moveset. What's going on right now? All I know is to do this when that happens.
Hitachi.
But I'm
To
just
the
like,
point where it was almost always a 3v1. Because I'd be
Always
like, guys, if we don't team up on him, we all lose anyway.
Well, it's always a 3v.
And then I would usually end up winning if I convinced
in
people to
games
do
that were
multiplayer.
that were 4 people, it would always turn into a 3v1. Always. And sometimes I would win,
yeah.
and sometimes I would make mistakes.
Yeah.
That is all I'm willing to admit.
But any fighting game, Smash Brothers, anything. So one day I come over to spend some time with Jared, and at first we were playing Mugen, and I was like, oh, I can do this, I can play Mugen, but I had to play it on the keyboard. He had the actual game controller. And
I am not a generous person.
No, and that was fine with me. I was like, I just wanted to play a game with Jared, and we were having fun playing it. It wasn't, I don't think it was
fun.
equally one-sided or anything like that. But then I found this amazing gem of a game, wherein I could actually put up a fight against Jared in a fighting game, and that was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
For the PS1.
and it was
And the
amazing.
Dreamcast.
We were specifically playing the
Because
PS1 version.
because Jared had either just gotten the game or hadn't played it a whole lot.
I hadn't played it a lot.
So he was on the equal footing with me, and I was
tank's
like,
going down.
we were learning at the same exact time.
Yeah.
So he'd pick somebody, and then I'd pick somebody, and we'd find out who we were best with. And I had gotten Pet Shop.
God damn.
Who was the dog?
Iggy.
Iggy. I love Iggy.
Yeah, he plays. By the way, he's playing characters whose hitboxes are tiny.
Yep. Tiny and
The odd job
below.
of fighting games.
Jesus.
Like below
Like
the
Gone
meridian.
in Tekken 2.
Yes.
Like Pet Shop is.
It's like
Way
Odd
up
Job
high.
and fucking Goldeneye.
Or no, sorry, Gone was in Tekken
Or
3.
Yoda in Soul Calibur 3.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But those are the two that I would play
Yes.
the most, and then I had one that actually had a legit. It was the fucking sword who had
it was
Anubis.
Chaka. All right?
Chaka.
It was Chaka.
I love Chaka.
I remember that because it's a pain in the ass fighting you.
I
Jesus.
would murder with Chaka. If I wanted to beat him, I would play Chaka. If he was playing somebody like Shadow Dio or Dio, I would play Chaka, and I'd just be like, coming across the screen, cut you for all your health. And it was so fun to actually sit down and play with him and be able to, 1v1 and not just like, I'm done playing this game because you're too good.
I think we actually on that. I think it was even. I think it was dead
Yeah.
like even at
Until-
the end because
until
it
you're
counts. It fucking counts. How your wins and
Yeah.
losses, and we were like fucking even.
Until you're like,
And you don't even care about even.
no, I
You don't give a shit because let me tell you a story here as well. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I don't even remember what your team was, but mine was.
May I pause just a moment? Fuck you. I will never play the game again. Wesker, Felicia,
Oh, Jesus.
and anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was
Yeah.
using all that bullshit.
And that
But
was
I
his
finally
thing.
was like, okay, I'm gonna bring out X-23, Sentinel, and Hulk. Hulk was my air interruption and everything. We play for like 45 minutes straight. You beat me every goddamn time. I beat you that one time, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. He's like, no, you're not. Play again. I'm like, no, we're done. And you were so mad at me.
Well, first of all, you can't just like I'm done. Goodbye.
Yeah, I can.
Keep playing.
It was
Like,
my
it
game.
was fun.
No,
It was fun for
Hold on,
you.
hold on. There was another time that happened though, because I remember because you were being a jackass because we were playing Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear, and I finally beat you
And
with
you did,
Amelia.
and it's like, okay, well, give me another try. I want to beat you, and you're like, no, we're done. You can't be like, I beat you, goodbye. You have to give
You're
me
like
a
that
chance.
tennis player.
Day, sir.
That tennis player that got beat like 40 times. Like, let that be a lesson to you. No one beats me 41 times.
They just, oh man.
No, but like, and we got to the point where we could play it
Mm-hmm.
until he was like, "Oh, I looked up Shadow Dio's final fucking
No, hold on.
nonsense
Yeah.
bullshit."
No, hold on. Here's what specifically happened. He went away.
Yeah,
I played more.
I'd come back the next week or so.
He came back. I was like, okay, so I'm going to show you how to have fun. And we played the first round normally, and everything. I won. I'm just going to throw it out there. I won.
Of
So
course.
then when the second round started, I knew how to take him from 100 to 0. So I was like, are you ready to have some fun? Immediately as it started, got it off, took him from 100 to 0. But the best part is it happened during the time freeze. So he doesn't know what's happening. He's just getting hit. And he's expecting to come back and
Out
be
of
able to
it.
fight me.
And be able to hit him at least once.
And he just dies immediately. It's just over. Oh, man.
And then from that point on, it became less fun because Jared could freeze time and kill me, and I'm just like, why am I even playing this game with you?
I feel like we eventually had that on Blaze Blue when I figured out Arakune. Not the infinite combo bullshit, but I just feel like we had good fights then.
Because back then, like, we played a lot. Because I went through the story completely, played every character, really got a feel for it. Like, actually tried to be like, okay, yeah, this is a character I'm going to stick with. Let's see what I can do. And then, I mean, you played Arcune, so, suck a dick. But,
Yeah, because Arcune in the first game was bullshit.
no, 1 and
I
2.
didn't play him bullshit. I never used his infinite loop or anything.
Well, because thank God well, hold on a second. Let's be honest here. We also played a lot of the Unlimiteds.
Yeah.
We were in bullshit
yeah.
mode, so everything was
Jesus.
just bullshit. Hey, I remember that. Hey, I'm Taco. I'm a faggot. I'm gonna play Ragna. I can grab you, and I'm back at full health every time.
That was the
Ragna
only
is
reason
so
I.
good.
That's the only reason I played Blaze Blue
Yeah,
because I'd
you,
be like,
you could be great at neutral. You could
I'll be
take him down to
Ragna.
1 HP. He's at full, and
Yep.
then you're not, and that's it.
The only fighting game that I would ever say I legitimately think I could fairly beat just about anyone in is Soul Calibur 2.
And
Soul Calibur 2.
We'll
Think he's
test
probably
that. We'll test that. in
Because
just a minute.
I'm pretty sure I hurt Robert's ego. Because he played that game religiously for like a week. I let him borrow it.
did.
And he came back and he's like, I'm sorry, man, I'm going to wreck you. And I just beat him like 50 times in a row. He was so
me and him
pissed.
had bragging rights for my original main, which
Mm.
was fucking Siegfried.
Yep, that's who Robert played with Siegfried.
And Robert was saying,
well,
my place
Nightmare.
but
Nightmare,
Siegfried costume.
Yeah.
But I was playing, and we had bragging rights because he was my first main.
Right.
And the bragging rights stated that whoever had won this match, this best out of whatever, that the other person could no longer play that as their main or say
Right.
that they're good at it.
Or that costume specifically that
Yeah.
was Siegfried.
So he barely beats me, and I'm just like, okay, I'll take it. Like I was pissed,
Right.
But I'll take it. Like
Fair's
and then,
fair.
And then whenever we all meet up and we start playing it, religiously, basically, right alongside Guitar Hero, and Oblivion. I switched to Link, and I was just like, well, this is my main now.
Yep.
And now
Link is so
Have a
good.
bottom,
Link
there's
is
your
my-
gonna stab you.
this
Yep.
is my shit. Like
God, Link
I
was
played
so
it.
good too.
I played it so much. I
The
beat
sideways boomerang.
beat the story multiple times. I beat
That
it on
last boss.
hard. Unlocked everything. Like this was
Yeah.
a game that like Zach said, I could say this and Super Street Fighter 4 with the fucking ninja girl. I'm so bad.
Kabuki.
The
Ibuki.
Remember
Ibuki.
when you got took to jail?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I do, because I was playing Cody and I took you to
Oh,
jail.
yeah. So anytime you play Cody, fuck you. Because you're just like, throw shit in your eyes. Throw shit in your eyes. But no, those are the two games I could say that I'm legitimately good at. I'm
Right.
not Super Street Fighter 4 anymore because I haven't played it in years.
I-
And Street Fighter or Soul Calibur 2, I might be able to
I
pick
wish
it up.
Soul Calibur 2 would have persisted the way Super Smash Bros. Melee
Oh,
persisted.
yeah.
Because I would totally fucking play that shit.
I love it.
I would.
If it gives anyone any insight, I play Voldo.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Like a dummy.
Like on your personality inside?
Yeah.
Or just in general.
That
Just
means,
in general.
I
that
hope
means
I
he's
can-
just an ass lord.
Yeah.
I hope I can live to 60 so I can cosplay as Valdo.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. You can probably do it now. You're skinny, dude. Just
Closing comments.
put like some wrinkles on your butt.
Everybody, it was a good session. I really enjoyed it.
A lot of
A lot
positivity
of positive energy.
at the sesh today. That crystal is charged.
Anybody, closing statements, closing comments, just to kick that off. I hope everybody saw that we're starting to give away our copies of Undertale. I know that both Jared and Casey have finished the game.
Go play it.
Yes.
Seriously.
Buy it.
EB0.
Buy multiple copies. Get it to your friends. It's amazing.
EB Zero's gonna play it. DJ's started playing it, so I'll start playing it once we get these copies out of the way. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. We're gonna be doing a lot of more giveaways regularly, hopefully. And the only way to get entered to win is to be a subscriber on our YouTube page. We'll pull from that, and we'll give you guys a shout out and let you know how to get your gifts and your prizes.
Excuse me.
So, hopefully we can do that within the week. You know,
I don't know.
we'll
We'll
find
see.
out. It just depends on how many subscribers we get. But please shoot us an email, lootcastofficial@gmail.com. Leave a comment on all of our episodes or any of our episodes. Hit us over on Facebook at The Loot Network.
Facebook.com/The Loot Network.
And
Send a pigeon, I guess.
you could send a pigeon.
Those
Yeah,
are all
might get
dead.
it.
They're all dead.
Oh, that's rude.
What?
No.
Carrier pigeons are dead.
No.
Oh wait, no, they're doing. Did you hear about that? They're trying to like bring them back.
No, I did.
Trying to like.
Pointing at me like I know this shit.
I don't know,
I'm
but
not a
they're
big
yeah,
bird guy.
they're
Casey,
trying to
None
bring
of
them
us
back.
are old enough to have actually used one.
Fuck you, I'm older than him.
And you're the one fucking sitting here crocheting.
I'll make you my wife a scarf.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying.
I had nothing to say. I'm
He's
trying
not
to stay
calling you
focused.
Something that starts with an F, but he's calling you something that starts. With
I already broke it, man. I already said that shit.
It's not my show, so.
Feminist?
Oh.
I call him a flagellate.
Flagellum.
I'm crafty as fuck, bitch. Get
Yeah.
over it.
No, I'm not- whatever, dude. You do you. Okay,
That's
you do
some,
you.
That's some real G shit
My
right
wife
there.
do me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Money.
On that note, thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jared, for being here. We love you.
Bye-bye.
And
Bye-bye.
yeah, this has been Taco.
EB0.
Please, Kate.
DJ.
Mike the Comic Guy.
And Jabber.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Hail Satan.
New